Hi, this is Animas Dice, Lido speaking. I'm going to be doing a dice making / dice reveal video. Thank you for watching. Let's jump into it. Alrighty. So, oh, there I knocked over stuff. This is a dice making video where I'm doing kind of a color test for a custom set of dice that someone has ordered. Starting off, I'm pouring the resin and getting part A and part B. I've discovered that to do a dice set plus an extra die is about 40 milliliters total. So 20 of part A, 20 of part B. And that's like just the right amount for resin. For resin dice, I should say. So I'm going to be adding in the other half, part B, and then onto colors. This person, when they went to order, they actually are a digital artist, and they're like, I really like using these colors. So like purples, blues, blacks, pinks. It's actually a really cool color palette. It's one of my favorites too, so this was really exciting to get into. And they're like, I want some really cool purples. Can you do this? So this is my first attempt at trying that out. Here's a couple drops of the purple ink. And then I'm trying to push it a little bit more towards blue, but I end up going too far. With the Prussian blue was a lot stronger than I expected. So I was like, I'll do 2 drops. This'll be fine. And then it turned out blue, as you will see in just a little bit. Oh my goodness, so I'm like, oh yeah, it's purple, and then you mix it in and it's not purple anymore. So that's always the best part, is mixing the colors in. So at this point I'm like, oh no. So I ended up grabbing off camera some azalea purple and mixing that in. It's more of a hot pink, so I actually got it's still kind of blue. Alright, here's all the inserts. But I got more of a purple color. So this is all the foil mix and some mica powder mix. I guess technically it's not mica powder, it's metallic farb pulver. It is something we found in my mom's stamping and decided, hey, this is close enough. It's very, very similar to mica powder. I think it's just a little bit heavier, but that's okay. I'm just trying to add in more sparkles, and you can see there's all sorts of like little flecks, and I just want a little extra oomph to the foil and colors. So I'm really happy with how the color turned out. I think I probably could have gone a little bit more pink, but we shall see. Because you never know how things are going to change over time. Some of the colors like changing in the pressure pot. I don't know if it's because it heats up in there with the chemical reaction, but anyway, here I am laying out the molds so I can pour them kind of all at once. I've started doing this since I started taking a torch to get rid of surface bubbles, and by having them all laid out and open, it lets the bubbles float up while I'm pouring the next dye or torching the next dye, and I've felt like it's been working a whole lot better. So you'll notice, oh, here we go, here's the first one. I do have an extra D4 because some people don't like the little pointy caltrop guy. My D&D crew especially is just like, I really like this more crystal style, and so I've started doing that as well. But yeah, on camera this looks a little bit darker than it is in person. My lighting isn't amazing, and I'm going to have to work on that. It's definitely more like an ultramarine, midnight blue kind of color. I really like it, and I'm definitely going to be doing that again. You'll notice I'm overfilling the molds a little bit, and that's because when resin cures, it ends up actually shrinking down, especially when you have it in a pressure pot, where it's pushing all the bubbles down. So overfilling is always a good idea, so that you don't have wonky shapes. I didn't heat up my resin. You'll notice it's very thick. Normally if you heat up your resin a little bit, it turns more watery. I forgot to this time, so I have a much higher chance of bubbles. But this is just a color test. Now the fire type. Fire time! You can see the bubbles instantly disappear. I'm afraid that this torch is a little bit too hot and it might be messing up my silicone. I haven't tested that either, so it's a whole bunch of testing happening here. But yeah, this is just to get rid of the surface bubbles and hopefully minimize dice failures. So we shall see tomorrow. I'm hoping to add the dice reveal onto this video at the end. Alright, I'm actually going to be quiet for a little bit because when I put the lids on, after trying to scoop and make sure everything's in the center, it's a fun little squeaky noise because yay gloves. But yeah, it's such a good color. Oh, I'm so excited to see these come out. I'm excited. I hope you're excited because I'm excited. You'll get to see it much quicker. You don't have to wait an entire day. Alright, I'm going to mute for a little bit. Alrighty. I've got one last little thing after this guy. I still had just a smidge of resin left. So I was like, alright, what am I going to do with this? I've got pendants, no. And I realized I've got a D20 mold sitting right next to me. Spare. It's a little bit older, but I was like, okay. I'm going to use the last of the resin and do a half and half. So hopefully, well, the colored side will be on the D20, and I want to do a color test for like a good, like, kind of metallic black. I'm going to be trying to add some silver mica powder in, and like getting not a full silver, but more like just a really metallic black going on. So that'll be an interesting test. Maybe I'll add some glow powder in just to be funky and weird, and have glow-in-the-dark gunmetal black dice. Ooh, that could be fun. But yeah, because they wanted a bright colored stripe and then some really good black to go with it. So fingers crossed. All right, thank you. So I don't really have any extras today because this is just a color test. I did do a half mold because I want to test two colors next to each other, so that will be tomorrow's reveal. Kind of. Oh. It helps if I'm not muted. So anyway, yeah, this is just a color test for one of the custom orders that I have, and so it should be a really good purple. We shall see. Alrighty. So this purple has got, of course, purple in it, but it's also got the Prussian blue and azalea pink. And I just wanted to see how it would look. It's got pink, purple, blue foils, some strange mica powders. So of course that side looks really nice. Let me get some better light. Come on, light, work with me. So it's more on the pink side than I wanted, and it's got a weird, almost orangey tint to it when you're looking at it, like I put too much color in. I do like the amount of freckles in there. I don't think I like the mica powder stuff that I put in because it's got some weird, it's like weighted heavily on one side, so let's go put that over there. We'll see. New molds, yay! That one you can actually see into a bit more. Looks like I got a little thick on one edge, but like I said, this is a tester set, so I don't think I care too much. That's still okay. It's not perfect though, so we'll have to make sure it doesn't do that in the next batch. Okay. So again, in person, it's a little bit lighter, but there's just enough sparkle in there to keep it busy. You can see on the 6, it's got a lot more little bits of sparkle. That's the mica powder weirdness. It's not really mica powder, but that's the closest equivalent I can think of. And it all just sank immediately to the bottom. So that one had some good crinkles. Come on out, come on out. There we go. So yeah, I've already got a couple ideas. This is definitely not going to be my final decision on this color set. Oh man, on screen it's just looking black. But I swear in person there's more color in there. If the light wasn't so attached in place, I would probably try moving it to make everything look a little bit, try and make it look nicer. Oh well. Yeah, I definitely added too much color to these. I think next time I might just try mixing the purple on my own instead of starting with a base of purple. Might be better off that way. It's definitely got a good like inner fire, which I really like, but I also want to add more foil to this. Really pack it in there. The next set that I'm going to be trying is actually to try and get a good metallic black going. So I'm going to be playing around with more mica powders and foils. Well, maybe not foils. I think I'm just going to try some mica powder with some of the really good dark black and see how that goes. There's a little bit left there. There is the tiniest of spots, but it's not really a bubble, it's just a dimple on the top of these. And luckily it's not from the mold, so it's something else. I made these nice and thick bottomed, so they're a little trickier to get out of the mold, but I feel like the mold will last longer. These have got really good sparkle in them. I like the mix of blues and purples. I think a little bit of gold got in there because technically I've got two different colors of blue foil, One of them's a little bit more on the turquoisey side, but it's also mixed in with gold foil, so it's kind of tricky to separate the two perfectly. Alright, this one should have the best window to how color looks. There's also part of the reason why I did a color test as the very first thing for mold is when I make the molds, the masters have gold ink in the numbers and it picks those up every time. And I don't know why. So that's why there's already a little bit of gold in the numbers there. Up and out, up and out. Here we go. Alrighty. Trying to, okay. Yeah, I'm not totally happy with the color. Because like in person, it's a nice dark purple. However, it, like I said, it has that weird kind of orangey brown fog. But I will get to fixing that. Yeah, you can see that little bit of extra sparkle in there every now and then. Alright, last one for today's pull. And then, like I said, I'm going to be mixing up kind of a gunmetal black color. I want to keep it mostly on the black side, but I want that extra little bit of shimmer. Trying to like actually show it in the light better. Well, time to grab everything anyway. So yeah, you can kind of see almost the purple I was going for, and I feel like it's almost right, but I need to pull a little bit more towards blue and definitely get, there goes the D12. Definitely get more of the foil in there for better sparkle. I think that's what I'm going to go for next. So I'm going to be doing these again. I do kind of like how they turned out, but they're not quite what I'm going for. Alrighty. Thank you for watching. That's the end of today's little stream. I will get to work on a better version soon. Next couple of days, definitely. Alrighty. Bye. Alrighty, that's it for the custom purple color test. I'm leaning towards calling these either Voidstone or Mage's Robes. I haven't fully decided yet. But I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps. Doesn't cost you anything. Just a little bit of time. And I really appreciate it. Alrighty. Thank you. Bye.